And if anything, we get to listen to some good music. Maybe they'll play a movie for us. Oh, careful. So we're going hard in the paint Saturday. What better day to come out, talk to the normies on a Saturday, July 24. I guess it's 2021. 1941, it's kind of the same thing. Really excited to be here, as you can tell by the sound of my voice. The wind has died down a little bit. I'm sure there will be gusts, but it's fabulous. 93 degrees. It's kind of dipping our feet in the water a little bit. It's early in the day, depending upon, I guess, where you're at. It's about 5:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. I have a concert going on in front of us here at the Lake Harriet Bandshell. Not sure who's playing or what it is, or as they take the turn, he takes the lead. There's this, it's like a corner right here, so they don't know how to take it. Come close to the grass, or there's two separate color schemes going on in front. So they don't know how to take this corner. So we'll have fun with that. As it comes.
They have to hit the corner at a perfect.
Yeah, they really got to kind of whoop. They should go super fast, e-brake, and then drift into the tree.
Maybe if I put an imaginary line.
Yeah, you should do that. That'd be hilarious.
They won't go in there.
That would be hilarious.
Do you have any chalks?
Oh, plenty. It's in the bag here.
Put like a zonage around it.
Yeah. You can just stay in these circles.
Perfect
Stand
colors.
Stand in the circles.
Yellow.
How are you doing?
How are you?
Pretty well, thanks.
What are you speaking about here?
Well, I don't know. Your T-shirt's got pretty loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
My friend gave it to me.
Yeah,
I'm
fine.
seeing him today, so I thought I'd wear it.
What does
Okay.
it say? I can't see the top part. Once you put... I can't even read it.
Yeah,
I can't even read it.
right on.
Are we
It's
live streaming or something?
Yeah, why
I
not?
suppose-
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Why not?
I suppose I should wear this during a live stream.
yeah, it's fun.
I like it.
Yeah, so we're just provoking thought, challenging ideals and topics. Has it ever crossed your mind that outer space isn't real?
No. I mean, I've heard some people think that, but
Yeah, fair enough. I'm one of those people.
okay.
Which one of these images of Earth from space is the correct one? Just trying to figure out which America is the right size there.
It's probably the small one.
The smaller? Well, I say it's that one.
Okay.
Why do you figure they look different?
Angle.
So all of the other countries are on the other side of the Earth?
Yes.
That's weird. Because if I looked even here, right? I mean, I see clearly South America in that vision.
Yeah.
But then when you tilt it at 23.4 degrees, then you have that, right? That's where they tell us we live.
Mm-hmm.
But all of your images of Earth from space that they've ever shown me anyways, growing up in school, have always been at 90-degree angles.
Hmm.
So they never even humor me and be like, ah.
Isn't that ridiculous?
It is.
They should.
You would figure like they would say like, hey, it's this. Why we have the seasons is the Earth's tilted at that,
Right.
But then I show them, I see it on movies and TV and education, and it's always just straight up and down.
Yeah.
So just little things like that
Sure.
that I've pieced together. I actually thought this was Earth from space in 2014. I had this on my screensaver on my computer, and I had a 60-inch LG 3D TV,
Cool.
and that was my screensaver.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. I actually thought that was Earth from space. I was looking at Earth like our creator. And then somebody challenged me about space and NASA and verifications of their images from space. And then the physical mechanics of liquid in this environment that we live. When it's contained and at rest, it lays level and flat like this bottled water.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it now really hard to believe, I guess, because it seems like a belief that a massive amount of water like the oceans, then all of a sudden, instead of this water in here, somehow the water doesn't stay level and flat, it just bends at the curves here and then forms a ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't, just for being who I am, like consciously critical about like what it is I want to like believe, right? Because it changes my, dynamics of how I interact with this place.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't think that water bends to make a ball. I feel
Okay.
it lays level and flat like the lake or the ocean. So all of the oceans, like the shoreline here, it's just shoreline to shoreline, level and flat infinitely forever. Earth is flat. That would be my view.
Okay.
Um,
Did you take physics classes?
like, what do you mean?
Did you take any physics classes?
Like in high school or college?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever they gave me in high school.
Yeah.
So
So did you learn why water bends?
I did, yeah. Yeah, the magic G word. Yeah. Well, so how does water bending and then making a ball that can float, like we believe the bending of space-time,
Mm-hmm.
and then make water float in a spherical form like a bubble, but then that bubble is filled with water, and then have it float in the air, and I'll believe outer space is real.
So have you been in an airplane?
Yes, I flew to Thailand,
Cool. I love Thailand. Where'd you
Yeah.
go?
Bangkok.
All right. Been there twice. And Chiang Mai 3 times.
I went to Chiang Mai too. Yeah.
I love Chiang Mai. I could easily live there.
What'd you go there for?
I suppose it's 2 work trips and then 1 for fun.
Okay. Like
I've
work,
been there
like
about
what do
a
you
month
mean?
total.
Work, what do you mean?
So I had a couple speaking engagements out there.
Okay.
I spoke in Bangkok and then I spoke in Macau, China, and stopped in Thailand for their New Year's festival.
Oh,
Songkran?
Songkran?
Yeah. Did you go for that?
I did. I actually spent because I was there for a total of 9 months.
Nice.
And I spent Songkran actually in both Bangkok and Laos
Okay.
because I had to renew my visa. 'Cause
Cool.
Every 3 months you
Yep.
have to leave the country and come back in. So I chose to go to Laos.
Isn't that awesome?
And it was so much fun. I walked around the area by myself, and if you're not already familiar with it, but you expect that. So
Yeah.
you get wet, they dump water on you, and it's very, sometimes when, like, me being Caucasian, I don't know if you found this, but they were really happy to do it
Yes.
on you. They
Yes.
were really enthused to dump a lot of water on you.
Right.
Let's
Totally.
just put it that way.
It was so fun.
Yeah, but it was really a fun experience.
I loved it.
Yeah.
That was a great time. So you went to Thailand,
Yeah, been on an airplane.
and so show me this. Is this
Yeah.
what you think?
So, if we were to map out what these flights look like on a globe,
Yeah.
this is what Sydney to Santiago, Chile looks like.
Okay.
And then so this is what it would look like on the USGS map, for example, that the United States Geological
Mm-hmm.
Surveying Fund, whatever, uses. And this is the easiest way to 2 destinations.
Sure.
Fair
And
enough?
it's still, fairly accurate regardless. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So which is more reasonable?
Now,
what do you figure?
wouldn't you be able to still see? Okay, so if this were the case,
Mhm.
wouldn't you be able to see airplanes and or get sonar radar to go to other airplanes across the whole planet then?
Okay, and what do you mean?
So if the Earth was flat,
Yep,
and if this is what it looked like,
sure.
and you're taking off in Sydney,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got a friend taking off from Santiago,
Okay.
sonar radar goes forever. Why wouldn't we be able to sense the other plane from that plane?
Yeah,
Or why can't you see it?
they actually lose communication in those certain flights. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have buoys or other various ways of communication set out in that area. So it's not only satellites or sonar or these other types. It's also think about buoys in the ocean too that they set, motion detectors to make sure that, hey, we don't want any of these normies taking
Sure.
their boats
Sure.
out to Antarctica on their own. they need to go through us first.
Okay.
And so military personnel are generally commercial flight pilots. Delta, American Airlines, they've been flying in the military for at least 3 decades. Those are who fly our airplanes. That's why it's the most safest way to travel on Earth, hands down. Our pilots are the best in the world, hands down. And so through that process of being a military personnel, they have to go through certain verification processes, if you will, vetting, to find out where they're really at and how they could withhold information. I don't want to say personally keep secrets, but they're part of the military, and not everybody needs to know what's going on. They get to go to the park here and enjoy this concert. Stop filling their mind with these things, Josh.
Sure.
Right?
So how does sunrise and sunsets work?
Yeah, so what may be happening is that the sun is just traveling across our flat stationary plane, which NASA and other military documents say that they test their model craft, for example, helicopters and airplane on a non-rotating Earth with the assumption of a fixed Earth. Okay, so if the Earth is stationary and it doesn't spin or anything, even if it were a disk, in quotes, it would be the sun that would be moving and the moon that's moving across the sky.
Okay, so I'm a math guy.
Yeah,
Let's
do
think
it.
about the angles then. So
Yeah.
you're trying to say that, like right now, we're in the summer. Is the sun just rotating right here?
Well, actually, you know, I have a display here, and if I had to replace the screen here, and the home button is being pressed, it says. So it's been challenging to, you know, keep this going. But basically, the sun and the moon are the exact same size. It's not like what I remember us being taught. The sun is 400 times further away, and it just so happens that the Goldilocks zone is where our Creator put us. I feel it now more rational that the sun is literally the same size as the moon, and they're just smaller and closer. Maybe the sun is a light, a magnification of a greater light behind it. You know, so I just think about those things. And so the
Do you
sun.
think about these things too?
I do a lot, yeah.
Cool.
Makes a lot of sense.
And so I have it here, and maybe it'll be patient, but I have a really interesting Earth and Moon Zodiac app here that can show you how the sun just traverses across. And so right now the sun, as you know, above us is basically directly above us at noon. And so the sun in the wintertime, it's just further over Australia, and so it's down here. So yes, of course, the sun is going to be lower on the horizon when we see it in the wintertime.
How does sunset work? Because the sun would always be like so. All right, I've got a ball. Let's pretend this is the sun. That's too big.
Or that's the, you know, the Earth. I got here the Earth. and
So
everything.
so the sun's right here.
Mhm.
Why cannot the whole planet see the sun right here?
Yeah, well, it's closer, right? And so we have a reason of navigation, right? And that's
Yep.
a compass, North Pole. Okay, can we reason with
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
So, in my opinion, the sun and the moon have a relationship with the North Pole,
Okay.
where the sun is the positive and the moon is the negative.
Okay.
And it oscillates across our sky, whether it's a sphere or a flat disk. It's just like perspective. The sun gets eaten up by the horizon as it travels further away. It's no higher in the sky now than it is in California.
But that angle wouldn't work. So
But it does,
let's
because you see it now. You see it work.
So I got a sun right here.
Sure.
And to try to make this angle work,
Mhm.
all right, let's put the sun at it's just the point here, and it's going to be like Minnesota's like right there. So it's about sunset. Sun's going to be like right here.
Mhm.
Now, when the sun goes here, you're saying you can't see that high in the sky from here?
I see what you're saying, but think about it like this. What the sun is doing is it's magnifying and agitating the noble gases in the sky, for example. So that's what gives it its beautiful purple color. If you're seeing high altitude balloon footage, it's 25 miles, and the sun travels further away. You see the sunlight now, But then when it travels further away, parallel with the ground, as it always has been, it's agitating, and then it gets displaced by whatever is causing the attraction of the North Pole and the sun, in my opinion. So it just gets displaced, and it's not able, the sun isn't powerful enough, in my opinion, from this thought experiment, to agitate enough of what we would call dusk or dawn. Fair enough?
Mhm.
So how it works and all these things and all these mechanics, I get it, but we can go into these things until we come back to the very beginning, and that's with water being contained and it's level and flat at the surface when at rest. Fair enough? So how much water do you need to then make it bend? Because whether we agree on where the continents are and everything, in my opinion, this is just the containment that we call Earth, and it could go on infinitely forever. Through education and such, we are finite in this ball surface area. Even if we drill 8 miles in and cover the gobstopper.
Is this a for like a college class or something you're
No,
doing
man,
this?
this is like me really, really trying to find out, like, what is this place?
Sure, I appreciate the thought
Mhm.
experiment.
Yeah.
I'm totally on board with thought
Yeah.
experiments.
But
The
these are tangible, though, right?
The math on it, so a lot of things
Yeah, let's
I
talk
can
about
grant.
that. Yeah.
but as could be possible. But the angle of the sun right here, and if it's now right here, you're trying to say that something related to the gases cannot be shown, the light doesn't get to us. So
Like
there's
a
no
flat-
there's no way we could see the sun like that far.
why?
or a flashlight.
Explain how we could see it that far. How could we see the sun that far?
How far away can you travel?
So see
With a
the
flashlight.
angle?
Yeah. How
angle
high
of
is
the
the
sun.
how high is the sun away? How
Let's
far
pretend
is
we
it?
don't know.
How far is it?
Your thought experiment would say we don't know.
Okay.
So the sun we see go over the edge.
It travels further away, and it gets eaten up by the horizon, much
Why?
like these telephone poles do if you walk away from them. They're not physically getting smaller. You know, we're taught this in art class, right? Perspective, depth, viewpoints, things of that nature, right? But we don't really address those. They're given to us in little increments throughout our life, but what this place is doing is it wants you to know these things.
But if I'm at the highest point,
Yeah. How
let's
high?
say of the Twin Cities, let's go to
The IDS tower?
let's go to the
600
top of the
600
IDS tower.
600 feet?
It's taller than that, but sure.
Well, it's got 53 stories, so 650 feet?
I don't know. Whatever it is.
Okay.
You're saying that we can't see that far, even though we can see in a straight line.
Yeah, you can see from 1,000
In
feet.
theory, it should never go below the horizon. If we're
The
at
horizon's
top.
alleged. You're
It's what?
alleging a physical horizon that you can go to, like a rainbow.
Not necessarily.
Well, then how far is the horizon? Because it varies every day, and what
It's-
time it is.
Wouldn't it be however far this way is across the planet?
Well, plane,
Yeah,
because we're using a plane.
let's use a plane.
Okay.
So
So how high is the sun, and how strong do we want to make it so that we have our habitat 12 hours daylight?
I can grant that it would be difficult to see, but it would always be there
Oh, man,
because you can see in a straight line.
I just
when you're
think
at the
you're
top of that
giving.
IS
I think
tower.
you're exaggerating a person's ability to see things, even with super high powerful telescopes or cameras. And you're not factoring in pollution, wind. I mean, right now, why is it all hazy right now?
Fires.
Okay, so if we don't know the particular environment,
Mm-hmm.
and we just take it for, I can't see that far, so that's curvature. Give me a break. That's how I see it. Because you need curvature to have a ball. And since you're a math guy,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you I'll Venmo you $100 if you can answer 3 questions about your Earth. Right?
Okay. What are the 3 questions?
So how far is the sun away from the Earth?
I mean, I can give you the answer, but you're not going to believe me. So what?
Well, how far? I know how far it is.
Okay.
'Cause I know.
I don't know if it's 3 million miles, whatever the number is.
Okay. Add a 9 in front of that.
Okay.
93 million miles away.
Sounds
Okay.
right.
Circumference of the Earth?
Let's see. If I fly there, so you're asking circumference,
Yeah.
what, 24,000 miles?
Close, yeah. 25,000? 24,901.
Yep.
Okay. Radii?
The radius of the planet?
Mhm.
Let's see. 2πr. So 24 divided by roughly 3 would be 8, so maybe 3,700.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. 38.58.
Okay.
39.59.
I suppose I'm not exactly on, so I don't get the $100. Fine.
Fair enough, right? But you were really close. The first one got you. You said 3 million. That's different than saying what you said, 4,000.
Yep,
right?
totally.
Fair enough. But what happens is that if we have a ruler that we use at our tangent, we were taught we're always on the tangent of the ball,
Yep.
right? So if we have a ruler that can extend out per level, with our tangent 1,000 miles away, I think she's to your left.
Yep, I'm looking to see a car art show starts momentarily.
Yeah. This is what it would kind of look like if we had a ruler
Mhm.
go all the way up from the planet. So if we get it even more incremental,
Mhm.
10 miles away, there should be almost 70 feet of curvature.
Okay.
And so water is a really good totem for this place. It seems to be really honest.
Mhm.
It doesn't deviate. It doesn't judge. It just is what it is, right? And so when it lays at rest and it's level and contained, things that are 60 miles away over a body of water should not be seen that are shorter than 2,400 feet. Okay. So for example, people have witnessed with camera, video, take it for what it's worth, right? But 60 miles away, they can see the Statue of Liberty, and it's less than 500 feet tall.
Mhm.
That would be like still being able to almost see the skyline of Minneapolis
Mhm.
from 60 miles away on a body of water.
Mhm.
And so people are really challenged by that concept, because if we were to take the ball circumference, it has a fixed measurement because the alleged government has done this. They're saying that, okay, well with this, then, okay, well, I'll use that. There's 2,400 feet of curvature drop. So when I see an airplane fly away from me, my idea would be I'm in the ball, it's actually going to be below me when it gets to Thailand, when it leaves LAX, right? Fair enough?
Mhm.
And I can't rationalize in this reality. If you want to make movies about it, and you want to like do all these really cool thought experiments that aren't, in my opinion, tangible, I can't rationalize in my heart that an airplane that flies away from me is going upside down, much like water can bend to make curvature. So that's, with all the math and everything that's established, that's challenging, really challenging for me. And so how do you at first response of seeing this maybe, or experiencing this type of conversation, what do you think about that? Would you want to challenge the
Well, I'm looking forward to coming up with a
distance?
better way to have something that'll be in your language that can prove the Earth is round.
Sure.
So,
You wanna
do you
take
have
a picture
business
of that?
card, or how would I get a hold of you later?
Yeah, you can email me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's your email address?
jswifty 1981.
J Swifty.
Yeah, 1981 at Gmail. Did you want to take a picture, or you can look this up yourself and find, Earth curvature rate?
Sure.
And even, mainstream science agrees that it's at a rate of 8 inches per mile squared.
What about the military training thing?
Yeah.
I got to go, so I don't have much time. But
Mm,
I'll take a picture of this,
Yeah, do
and
your
I'll
thing.
send you a message sometime.
yeah, why not? I'm Joshua.
Joshua, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Tyler,
Tyler.
very cool.
Yeah, you too, man.
Take care, Tyler.
Take care of
You too.
yourself. Keep your meat away from me, bud.
Taste the meat, not the heat.